Well, I'm typing, but I'm not even muted. I'm literally. I was making a YouTube video and then my ship broke. I wasn't gonna stream today, but then my ship broke. So we're here. Begrudgingly. Very upsetty. It's alright, I can get like a short out of it or something. I can still do something with it, but man, that sucks. It sucks so bad. Sound fussy? I'm fussy! I was having such a comfy day, blazing around, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna do work. And then I tried, and the earth told me that I should stop. So Dredge is minimized, but if I put my mouse over where the icons are, you can hear that a little bit going on. Anyway. Guess I'll put this aside for now. Maybe I'll do my short later. That shouldn't be that bad. But, Hey, Kat, when you go live, do you post on social media? I feel like it's a waste of my time. Oops. We don't have to worry about that. That was for Final Fantasy Tactics. Hello, hey Yurik, how's it going? Welcome in. Thank you for the daily tax. Let's see if I can get Dredge up. There we go. Hey, when I have a game in the background, I scroll around browser and I've logged into a save file. I missed the question. When you go live, do you post on social media or does it feel like it's a waste of your time? Because I honestly feel like it's kind of a waste of time. Unless you're like Mr. Beast. Not that he goes live. You know what I mean. Wait, why controller no work? Controller no work? Why is everything broken today? Huh? Let me restart. Sorry, my stream's off to a really good start. I apparently feel like it's a waste, but at the same time, if you build it, they will come. I hate it. How's everyone doing tonight? I've hovered around the same follower count on both Blue Sky and Twitter for like 100 years. So there we go. I don't even know. Yeah, it's been very rainy on the East Coast. And very windy, but not where I am really. So yeah, I was making a YouTube video and then it broke. My stuff I was working on was broken, so we're just playing Dredge, which is not a bad thing. I like Dredge. But I did like tell myself I was gonna make a video and then I didn't. Sorry, I'm here. Okay, we're good. I'm like, so I literally was like deciding I was gonna stream like 10 minutes ago. Okay. It is night. No, it's morning. It's morning time. And we have like a whole brand new um like ship because we found some of that some new materials, which actually makes me want to go back to which way? It's every button except for the one I pressed. I kind of want to go back to Ingfell. I want to see if there's any um um loot there that I missed. You dig? I don't think we can catch stuff anymore in the ocean. Yeah, because it was like the fishing rod that we would equip for the ocean was only ocean specific, so we couldn't do anything with it. We have to look for more we have to look for more research parts so we can get better fishing rods. What are you yelling at me for? Banish. Wait, we have a telescope? That's pretty sick. I didn't know that. Oh, it tells you what's in certain spots? That's really cool. I had no idea. That means like we can look and see if there's stuff that we haven't caught yet, right? That's a little wonky though. Can we blow that up right there? I'm gonna go buy a bomb. Mia, hey Lillian, how's it going? Your dream has been fulfilled? We are streaming today. So I was making a YouTube video, and then I went to go do the making of it, and the stuff I was using is broken. And if I just gave up and did nothing for the rest of the night, I would have felt pretty bad about myself, so I decided we should stream at least while I'm home. Hey Lizanne, how's it going? Welcome. What a dredge-ful Monday. Now I find out that Twitch changed viewer count. When the people lurk, they don't chat within an hour, they don't get counted as a viewer. That's why I have the redeems, so people can do redeems. Because if you redeem, you're here. Hopefully. Yes! I'll be honest with you, and I'm not saying that this is the right way to do things. I have my viewer count turned off. I'll be real, I don't need to know. I know like it's a good for if you're doing analytics and checking your statistics and stuff, keeping track of that stuff, but I don't want to keep looking over at my viewer count and seeing it go like down or something and then being like depressed about it. I've had my viewer count turned off, I think for like a year now. And honestly, it's done so much better for my mental health for streaming, because it's just, I think it's just bad for you to like be small and worry about it. Just have fun. What would you rather watch? Someone having fun or someone being like, oh, my viewer count is low? Have you been? I didn't come to Wednesday and Friday. I've been very cozy. It's been a very nice weekend. Very rainy and cool. I've been wearing some like fall winter clothes and being chill. What were you doing? What were you doing that you couldn't come to the Coffee Bean stream? And thank you for the daily text. Welcome. I'm just saying it sucks to have people support you. Yeah, no, I for sure. Yeah. I didn't mean to go into a rant and make it sound like I wasn't paying attention to what you said. It does suck. But it's like one of those things that if no one ever reported on it, I would have never have noticed, because I try very hard to not notice. But I guess it is, like, important to know, you know? Why am I out? No, we got the material. We can go home. We can leave. Be gone. There's like an evil snake demon that lives in these cliffs. I hear it, I hear it, I hear it. Be gone, demon. It's good not to look at your views as a stream. You can have real mental impact. Hold on, something's. I need to park. There it is. There it is. There. Fuck off, buddy. Actually, we can test this. I'm gonna banish the darkness. I'm gonna banish the evil. Be gone. That's right. Fuck you. Eat shit. Die. Well, streamer, the sill. I was tidying up my place on Wednesday and then went to a friend's place to help her tidy up on Friday. What if they just don't want company? Why they gotta be evil? He was chasing me. Anyone with red eyes is evil. Vampire. Eel. This game looks much more unhinged than last Monday. Yeah, now that I've started going out at night, it kind of got scary. Actually, we don't want to be here. It's getting a little spooky though. We should go fishing in the night. Has anything happened in the story so far? I mean, there's lots of little mini things happening on each of the islands, but so far we're just kind of going around finding these big artifacts and bringing it back to that guy, and he keeps giving us like eldritch powers that help us do stuff. But beyond that, I don't really... Beyond that, I'm not really sure that anything much has been going on. Do we have anything in storage for this? Damn it. Alright, we gotta go forage for things. Man, I'm so bummed. Because you know what that means? So what was broken was it was an accessory for the 3DS that I have. And I was going to make a little video on it that was going to be a little ranting. Not ranting, but it was going to be more conversational, kind of like the last video. And I was like really excited to make it. Like I thought it was going to be really cool. But I went to go test it out and it's broken. Not only is it broken, it's the type of broken, not like mechanically broken. It has the battery acid problem. You know when you leave like a evil rock. You know when you leave like an alkaline battery in for too long? Hey, you guys want to see something fucked up? Oh, never mind. A sudden chill rushes through the marrow of your bones, surging up your arm, your neck. A deep vision enters your mind. A heart of stone wrapped in a twisting tail. A serpentine body uncoils, teeth rasping at its earthen shell. Hey, Kyle, how's it going? You are late, but I'm also unprepared. Battery corrosion, yeah. It has the tiniest bit of battery corrosion. You wouldn't have even been able to tell if I didn't turn it on, try it, and notice that it wasn't working. Did your 3DS expansion slide back? My Circle Pad Pro has battery corrosion, and it's the tiniest little battery corrosion. So, I didn't even know till I tried it. So that shit's kaput. It's gonzo. It's gonzo. Every time I post on Twitter, porn bots come. Anyway, sorry. A heart of stone wrapped in twisting tail, a serpentine body uncoils, teeth rasping at its earthen shell. Larger now, bustling through the cliffs, sending rocks tumbling into the water, an eye opens to this new world. Okay. That's pretty cool. We're going to continue the trend of making everything an exclamation mark or a question mark. How you doing, Kyle? I wasn't going to stream today. I think you're a little late, so you might not have caught it. I wasn't going to stream today because I was going to do some YouTube stuff, but the thing I was working on for YouTube is broken. What's the shaking? A lot of shaking happening, but you know what? That's okay. I'm glad you streamed. You know what? I'm glad I streamed too. I've changed my mind. He won't follow me out to open waters. Be gone, Satan. Coffee actually a little energetic. I've had 2 coffees today. One of them's decaf, so that shouldn't be the problem. Maybe I'm energetic because if I am not energetic, it will not hide my sadness over my 3DS. Put this in storage. Oh, Zane, we've all decided collectively as a group, Lillian and them weren't involved in it, but we've decided anyway, you can't get a job because that means you can't watch the Coffee Bean stream, and unfortunately that's just unacceptable, you know? I'm sorry you had to learn this way. Can you take it apart and clean it? If you know how to get rid of battery corrosion, if it even helps it work afterwards, let me know, because I don't think it's a thing that's cleanable. Fishing is hard work. Like before I joined stream, no, I'm just making up a bit. I just said that right now. When did we decide on it? Right now, Lillian, get with the program. Shh, don't say anything. Regrets. Yo, it's a shark. Do you think he's mean? Okay. Bro didn't want to hang out. He said, fuck that guy. Fuck you. Just try not to say the J word, okay? It's like kind of a slur around these parts. Do you know how many times I've dreamed about just like going up to my boss and being like, I quit? Not because anything bad happened, because I don't want to come back. Like, don't we all kind of wish we could do that? Get away with it? Do you like your job? Yeah. The bad thing about my job is it doesn't pay a lot. Is the library stressful? Parts of it can be. My job in specific isn't really stressful. I'm just tired of it, you know? I've been doing it for over 7 years now. Honestly, just a little boring. I'd love to just do this every day. Imagine if you had coffee beans every day. You might get sick of them. Can you be promoted to huge librarian now that you have an MLIS? Huge librarian. Do you want to know the unfortunate truth I discovered about myself during my master's program? I don't really want to be a librarian anymore. I think the program kind of beat the sense out of me, and I kind of realized maybe many aspects of this job aren't for me, because a large part of librarianship is... That's big news? No, I've talked about this before. A large part of librarianship is about, like, public-facing activities. Even if you're, like, the head of a circulation department or something, you still have to be public-facing and do a lot of work with the public. And that's just not who I am, really. I work specifically right now by myself. I don't hang out with the public at all. Ooh. And a promotion to be a librarian would be public-facing. And a lot of library positions require you to do a lot of things at once. Your whole personal branding has been gaming librarian. I'm still gaming librarian. What grad school did for me was make me think about my professional work that I've done and my education that I've done now, and how I can mix the two to combine with something I love, like video games. And it made me really think hard about how I could do that. Which is the whole reason I started the YouTube channel. So you're saying, like, it's big news, and it's like, oh, what are you about your branding? The YouTube channel, that video was made because I realized that I didn't want to do this. And I was like, how can I do something I love with the stuff that I know? Being in the public sounds yucky. Woo, stream. Hey, we fly. How's it going? Yippee, stream. Yeah. We streaming today. I learned today more about my Oshi. Did you know your Oshi used to play an instrument? I was gonna make a deal with you guys and be like, if you could guess what instrument I played in 3 guesses, I would stream today, but we're already here, so. You can still guess if you want, but it'll be for kudos. So the week after this week, next week, should be big stream week, hopefully. I just need to figure out how to set it up on my laptop. We're gonna finish Dredge and play Signalis next week. The week of Halloween, we are going to do a full playthrough of Luigi's Mansion 1, which should take about 4 hours, so I'm going to do probably 1 stream of it. And I asked my friend, a fellow streamer, who has not been streaming a lot, but I asked him if he's free that week. I would like to start a Resident Evil 5 co-op stream with him on the week of Halloween. So that's kind of the plans for the rest of October. I know we didn't get to play a lot of spooky games, but hopefully it does sate your appetite a little bit. Is it Woodwind? Should I tell you if it's Woodwind or not? Is that cheating? Would that make it too easy? I'm trying to guess. It is a Woodwind. What? Now we need a lot of materials for this. Holy moly. Like 20 questions, but 20 questions with 3 questions. That's true. All right, we need to find a place where we can get that. I think it's gonna be. We're gonna have to go to Volcano Town. It is a woodwind. Is it black in color? It has been known to be a black in color instrument. Alright, let's go to Volcano Town. Which I think is Devil's Spine. Yeah, let's go. There's a 50-50 chance. It's true, yeah, you have a 50-50 chance. One of you is right. Who do you think is the one who's right? One of you has to be right. It's a clarinet. I used to play the clarinet in middle school. You know what's crazy though? When I do the dictionary.com crosswords at work, every time the crossword is, what am I trying to say? My words. They always do like a black reed woodwind instrument. And then it's always oboe. Never, not once in like the 2 years I've been playing it has it ever been clarinet. It's always oboe. Is there something behind me? Orcas! Look at them! Beautiful creatures of the sea, protecting me from the rich. What is Streamer's thoughts on Bitcoin? Streamer is far too stupid to have thoughts on Bitcoin. Though, you know what's kind of crazy? I met up with an old friend of mine from middle school a couple years ago while I was in California. For the first time in like... What is that? Doesn't matter. It does matter, it does matter, it does matter, it does matter. It's like an evil piranha. And I met up with him for the first time since we were kids. We randomly met in Los Angeles. And when we were catching up, he started going off about like Bitcoin and stuff. And I was just like nodding along like, uh-huh. 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 Wowee, that's so cool. Like he was really like, and it was almost like to the tune of him like being like, oh, you're not interested in Bitcoin, you're one of the lesser people. And I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Same like me then. Yeah, cryptocurrency is just not something I've ever cared about, and maybe I should. Maybe that's a stupid opinion. Because I do have a friend whose parents paid off their mortgage by investing into Ethereum or something quite a few years back. I'm just too dumb. I'm Mobo. Lost inspiration? No. It broke. I was going to make my video and I found battery corrosion and I couldn't do it. Did they also mention NFTs? Kinda, yeah, a little bit. Bro was like a writer too. Bro is like an artistic person. Someone who's always been involved in art and writing and stuff, and was going on about how AI is good. And I was just like, oh, Jesus. No, I mean, you can clip this, send it to everyone you want. Your streamer hates AI. I will never use AI. We will never be an AI channel here. We may make fun of AI, but we will never use AI on this channel. Cali corrupted him, as it does everyone. One sip of the California kombucha and it's over for you. Would you collab with Kizuna Ai? Yeah. maybe. There's no VTubers I want to collab with, they're all gone. How is Pixie corrupted? Ways you cannot even comprehend. Pixie's not gonna be here tonight. She went on a trip for work, so I'm alone. I have you guys for company. We're gonna sleep because there are evil things out there that I don't want to look at. All of my Oshis retired or graduated or whatever. What the hell is this? It's an armored seer bin. Hey, Kat, when you were streaming last night, I'm about to put one of your viewers on blast, by the way, but they don't follow me, so it's okay. Because I'm your mod, alright? So I have to sit there, I have to pay attention to what's going on in your chat. Ew, what the fuck? Ossified seer bin. Chittering mandibles scythe the air in front of this deep dweller, its small body encased in a suit of thick bone. Can I be your Oshi if you stream Xenoblade? We'll see how good you are at Xenoblade. But you had a new chatter in your stream, because don't worry, when I see new people, I check to see how long they've been following. I gotta make sure. I gotta check on these things, right? You gotta watch out for the new names. Put that in quotations. The new names. And they just kept like doing like the thing where like they were talking about the game, but they were like kind of inferring like, oh, you'll see that later, or, like this will happen later or whatever. And I was just like, heck, Cat's not saying anything about this person. I'm not gonna touch it, but if they were in my stream, I would have assassinated them. What is this? No, that's a volcano. You can't fish a volcano. So you can see if I unfollow. I don't know how to do it on YouTube. They were like backseat gaming a tad. Yeah! But like I left it alone because you weren't saying anything. You could totally fish in a volcano. Final Fantasy XIV taught me that you can fish out of any hole. As long as there's a hole, there's a goal. But I also know that I'm super anal about backseating. So like, and I know not everyone is. Like, if I'm playing a game that's brand new, I don't want to know about the secrets or what I'm missing. I would rather just not see it, because that's kind of the way you play video games, is there's going to be stuff that you don't see. But not everyone's like me. There's green goop pool fishing. Yeah, ether pool fishing or whatever. I'm sorry, what? It broke everything. I broke something else. Come on. Come on. Come on, guy. That's unfortunate, but our engines are broken. Which means we just have to do this. I guess we can... There's no one here? Yeah. We're fine. Everything hurts. You can't spell oh shit without Oshi? That's so true. Maybe he'll leave you alone. He bit the whole bottom half of my ship off. There's ancient ruins. Do you think the fish built it? The fish temple. I'm gonna drop my hot take of the century on you guys. I think that the water temple in Ocarina of Time is actually not that hard. And I think if you think it's hard, you're a pussy. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. What I meant to say was, if it's your first time playing Ocarina of Time, you're probably very challenged by it, and that's okay, because we all felt that way at some point. But some of us are built different. Based. I know. This is your base streamers here. Mic drop. Water Temple's fine if you get every key what you're supposed to. We all felt the challenge at some point, except me. Yeah, I'm kind of a gamer. When do we get Abyssal? Right then. I want Abyssal. Is Ocarina of Time any good? Why am I pausing as if I'm about to drop another hot take? Yes, Ocarina of Time is really good. Playing it is a reminder that it is a relic from the 90s, but it plays in a way where it doesn't feel like that bad. Oh, you are a bunch of little fuckers. Be gone from my sight. I tried the 3DS remake a few months ago, but the controls felt awful. Really? Were you playing it on a 3DS? Playing the 3DS remake helps a bit? Yes, it does. The 3DS actually is the best version to play it, because the gyroscope controls for aiming help a lot. One of the worst parts of Ocarina of Time in the original was the first-person aiming, because I don't know if you've ever tried to aim a first-person weapon on a Nintendo 64 control stick, but it sucks really bad. Also, there's another place on this island. We should head to that before, like, the piranhas eat me, you know? Be gone from my sight. Look at them! Everywhere! The camera controls felt weird. Hey, you know what helps with camera controls on the 3DS? The Circle Pad Pro. Too bad mine has battery corrosion. Rest in peace. That thing got me through so much Monster Hunter. You know why they call this a sextant? No, I'm asking you, why do they call it that? Seems like kind of a weird name for a tool of the sea. Yeah. Be gone. Nope, we're docking. We're docking with the ancient temple. I had the expansion side pro for Monster Hunter 3G. Yes! Yes, Monster Hunter 3, Monster Hunter 4, Monster Hunter Generations. Apparently you could also use it for Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Or no, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. But, yeah, I don't know. In the dim light of the cave, you can make out some paintings on both walls. These paintings depict the birth of civilization. A great beacon of light is shown repelling a tentacled figure emerging from the sea. In the dim light of the cave, you can make out some paintings on both walls. These paintings depict the fall of civilization. A volcanic eruption tears through a tall lighthouse. Monstrous shapes devour people as buildings turn to ruin. Ocarina of Time remake has double circle pad support? No, it doesn't. Maybe we should get a 3DS so I can play Xenoblade 1 on the go. You could. I actually have the Xenoblade 1 version on the 3DS. But I think the Switch version is just kind of superior. Yeah, in the United States, or in the West at least, it was called Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. And Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, even though we never got a Monster Hunter 4. But we did get Monster Hunter Tri. I don't know. I don't know why they call things the way they call things. Can anyone understand developers anymore? You climb the lighthouse. You climb the many steps leading up to the ancient lighthouse. At its base is a solid stone door. You can't see a handle, but there's a large socket carved into the face of the door. Ooh. Do you want the sextant? It's stereoscopic 3D. It looks so cool. I think this stereoscopic... Actually, I could open my 3DS right now because I was testing it. I'm going to turn it on real quick. Ooh, it hurts. It's an interesting thing. Nintendo putting 3D on a console was a very interesting idea. Yeah, I was trying out Kingdom Hearts. But the 3D also makes the power drain faster. Actually, let me try one more time. We can still make the video. Let me go to Circle Pad Pro. Enable. Oh my god. It works! Alright, stream's over. Stream's over. Okay, bye guys. I'm just kidding. That actually sucks. Because now I have to find time to make the video. It's okay. No, we're streaming. Hey Galaxy, how's it going? Welcome in. I don't think I want to be here, to be honest. Look at him. Do you see that fucker? Swimming around like he owns the place. Bro's about to head over to the Krusty Krab and eat all the Krabby Patties. Yeah, I'm stuck with you guys now. We're streaming tonight. Honestly, that's okay. I just kind of wanted to, like, get out something on the YouTube before I left, but it's been so long that I don't think a little bit longer is going to be a bad thing, and we are going to be streaming tomorrow, next week anyway, so whatever. This is scarier than Subnautica? You are not. That's not true. Fuck! Subnautica is way scarier than this. No, okay. No, you're gonna make fun of me. You're gonna make fun of me? I thought this said the cuck eel. Thank you for the stretch and the hydrate. I would make fun of you no matter what it said. Thank you. I know I can always count on you. We're going home. Coffee's mine in the gutter? There's nothing in the gutter about getting cucked. I don't think you can say that on Twitch anymore, actually. There's a lot of things you can't say on Twitch anymore. They're trying to silence us. Chat, I have a problem. I found my 3DS copy still in the like the wrap that you get it when you buy a game of Dragon Quest VII. Do I play that version or do I wait for the Switch version to come out? Even though they said they're removing some content and taking out the casino. Yeah, it's the cuck eel. We should hang it on our walls. No, I didn't want to put it in storage. Put it back. We're selling. Alright, to get new hull, we're going to put these in. Oh, we need to find where this last piece of wood is. I think we're going to go back to the place in the southwest. If you already have the 3DS version, might as well play it. I might nap a bit to the stream. Even after all my screaming? Is it Signalis or Signalis? Also, excuse me, I need to blow my... It's a fun game. Is there jump scares in that game? Like really bad jump scares? Not much. Okay. If we were to stream... What is the... I don't think we'll be able to stream at 6 p.m. Eastern next week. I think we'll have to start a little bit earlier, or our streams will be like 30 minutes long on some days. So I think... What is a good time? If it's a little earlier than 6 p.m. Eastern. Because for me, that would be 3 p.m. Tell me the EU-friendly time. I don't... Ew. GMT 8? You're asking an American questions that he can possibly answer. I only know that there are 3 time zones on Earth, and they're American because they're the Patriot time zones. 4 p.m. EST would work for me? 4 p.m. You're 6 hours ahead of us, right, Mobo? So that would be 10... No, you're not 6 ahead. Time. It's 11:55 right now where you are. So we're 5 hours ahead of you. You're 5 hours ahead of me. So if we do 4 p.m., it'd be 9 o'clock. EU-friendly time is in meters or something? Yeah, exactly. Meters, kilometers, Celsius. So I think we'll start at either 3 or 4 o'clock PST on the days we stream next week. I know I said we'd do every day. We're gonna play it by ear. I'm gonna do as many days as possible. But I also don't want to kill myself on vacation. But I'm also gonna be alone. So it's probably fine. 3 PST would be 6 EST? Yeah, so we'll do... Oh my god, time zones are the worst. So we'll start at 2 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock PST, which will be... Or... Yeah, we'll start around 1 o'clock, I think. A whole week of streams? Yeah, a whole week of streams. I'm gonna be traveling, but I'm gonna be alone for a week during the days, so I figure why not? It'll soothe that part of me that gets scared when I travel. Everyone's gonna forget about me and never come back. If you're gonna die on a weekday, a working day, not on vacation. It is gonna be on a weekday. Ooh, what kind of fish do you think these are if they're glowing? It's a freak. We can't die till we get our second Mario Picross stream? I know. Do you guys like the, what am I trying to say? So, like, when I stream, I've typically been doing it like, we have a game for the day and we play that game. And then, like, when we're done with that, we're just like, alright, see you later. Do you guys like that, or do you like it when, like, streamers just go, fuck it, let's roll, and just, like, do whatever? Because I watch both. I don't know if people like structure more than they do content. So it's summertime, starts to end on different dates in Europe. The retro night was fun with random games. Yeah, but that was a themed night, right? So like it was the same idea. Like we specifically were like, we're playing these retro games. I mean, if it's story based, I'd like to know when I can catch a story again. Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Alright, there's actually a thing we have to do, right? Pursuits. Collect all samples. She needs a glowing octopus, a firefly squid, and an aurora jellyfish. Alright, we need to find a glowing octopus. What would you do if not structured or themed? If I literally just turned on the stream and I said, alright guys, I'm playing Octopath Traveler 2 today because it's in my backlog, and then like I played that for 2 hours and I said, alright, I'm kind of bored of that, let's play Mega Bonk. You know, like streamers who like just kind of do shit. Like I'm streaming for like 6 hours and I'm gonna play whatever comes to my mind, and then I'm turning the stream off. My incoming eating stream. What do they call that again? Mukbang? A lot of VTubers even have peers out to with no content. Knowing what games happen when on schedule is nice, but it's fine if you switch games partway through. I will watch whatever you play. I'm here for the vibes. Let's go! I have the best community. Mr. Beast has nothing on me. And I have more female viewers on average than Northern Lion. Thank you for the hydrate. My mod is ellipsing at me. You say you don't like being public facing. You became a VTuber? I'm not a VTuber, I'm just a streamer. It is weird though. Do you know when I started streaming and like making videos and stuff, I was kind of wrestling with that. I was like nervous, like what if someone comes in a stream and they say something mean to me? How am I gonna deal with that? And then like, I don't know, I just kind of got over it. Alright, we're at the Stellar Basin. We need to find an octopus. In the shallows. I was awfully attached to this higher than average female viewer count. I know, it's just a joke. It was like a running joke for a little bit. Cause like Northern Lion started getting super popular within the last couple years. Like he was already like a very popular streamer, but he started getting like a gargantuan amount of attention suddenly. Like he was all over TikTok and Twitter and everything. And something about like his average male to female viewer count was like made fun of. So now every time I get the opportunity, I'm like, I have a higher average female viewer count than he does. So acting up when Pixie's not here today? She can't do anything. She's not even gonna show up. She's in the middle of somewhere that I don't know. I could say whatever I want. I could get away with murder, and no one could do anything about it. That's a joke, and everything, all of that I'm talking about within the confines of Minecraft. Alright, let's see if we can find some octopi. Octopussies? Wait, whoa, hold on. Stream's over. That's a hentai? That is the next Austin Powers movie. There is actually a model that I'd really like to get done. And it's by someone on VGen that I saw, and I was like, oh, those are really cute little, like, cheap, minuscule, like, PNG, like, 2D, live 2D style VTubers. And I was like, oh, that's really nice. I'd love to get that done. And then I showed Pixie, and she was like, $500. So yeah, the model I was looking at was around 450 to 500, but I'm just too poor to justify that right now. Unfortunately, I can't be one of the people who buy in $2,000 VTuber model before they start streaming and then debut. Ew! Actually, that's sick. I'll be back for you, my beauty. Calm your dinky? My dinky's so flat right now. Nice and nestled within my pajamas. That's making me itch. I'm upset you just said that. Oh, viewer count going down. Alright, quick, become say so again. What a wonderful day we had today. What a beautiful day. Coffee getting canceled? Getting canceled for what? That I'm comfy maxing in my pajamas? Are library users often mean to you? They can be. People who come into the library can often act really entitled. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because, it's free. You know? Couldn't be more free. That's a big lad. Oh, no, 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 we're catching this one. There we go, the trophy. As someone who worked for Head Starts, people can be extremely ungrateful. Though... Zan, this is not to scare you, by the way. Working in a public-facing job makes you realize that the human race should not be long for this existence. We don't deserve it. We don't deserve the bounties of Earth. Is Coffee wearing PJs? No, I'm naked. I used to work at a Chinese takeout place. Late, show up in pajamas, and at 10 a.m. when school starts 8:30. I did 5 years at McDonald's a long time ago. It's crazy how rude people can be. Oh my god, I actually know someone who works at McDonald's right now, and it's like... People who've worked fast food have seen the horrors of war. They're basically veterans, and I'm not going to apologize for saying that. Alright, we're looking for octopi. Good night. Good night, Mobo. We scared him away. I was talking too much about my... Growing up sucks ass. Yeah, but you know what? My life got better when I entered my 30s. Customers are 99% quite nice. Lucky. I like just trying with the customers and picking up their Chinese takeouts. I do think it depends on where you work, too. Like, McDonald's is like hell, but some places are probably just chill. I have never yelled at or gotten mad at fast food worker before. Like, maybe you've been irritated because I was in a hurry and I was just like, wow, you're taking 300 years, but like, what am I gonna do, abuse them? It's fast food. Could it be faster? Sure. Is it faster than anywhere else? Yes. I always say, "Oh, it's okay, y'all working hard." Yeah. No, I mean, to be honest, I say that at every play. I've never been mean to before to like, you know? All right, we don't want that. Everyone keep an eye out for the octopus, okay? We're looking for this guy on the left on page 17. Is in the Stellar Basin in the shallows. It looks like, oh, it comes out at night. Also, please don't spit in my food. People will do it. What is that? Oh, that's just a fish. Hey, you guys see any octopuses out there? I'm always nice to food service workers because, like, yeah, I know how it is. I'm just generally not an asshole. What have we caught? That is the parahelion jellyfish. 2 spires of light shine from within its hood. Stinging, spiked tentacles trail below. It is unfortunate that you were caught in my web. What is this? I'm being whispered to. Generally not an asshole. I mean, I'm sure we're all assholes at some point. We probably all have acted in a way that was unbecoming at some point in our lives to someone who didn't deserve it. That doesn't mean we're bad people, it just means we have emotions and occasionally we lose control of them. Thank you for the stretch. Ooh, I was just about to stretch too. You got on the trigger. Ugh. I mean, if you're nice to people who prepare your food, you typically don't have to worry about getting it spat in. But if you're an asshole, like, you have to watch your back. What would you rather do? Be mean and have shitty food, or just be cool? It's so easy to be cool. It's harder to be mean. Can you fuck off? Alright, there's the octopus, but the problem is that the tentacle monster is going to try and come after us, so we're going to have to banish him real quick. Ew. Do we have room for you? We do. We have room for one more. Are you taking the octopus from its mother? The octopussy? Yes. See, if you were here 10 minutes ago, that would be a funny joke because it'd be a reference. But if you just stopped into this chat, you probably are like, I hate this streamer a lot. Why was I deciding if I wanted to pee or not? Streamers feeling more energetic than normal. I know. Sometimes I feel like I'm bipolar, and it just isn't diagnosed. Because there are days where I'm like, don't perceive me. And then there are days where I'm like, I could run a marathon and I'm the most sociable person on earth. And then like, just like that, I swap. Did you take the octopodum? What the hell's that? I like how the fish have jiggle physics when you rotate them. Do they really? Oh my god, you're right. I mean, fish do have jiggle physics in real life. I guess it makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna run a quick ad break on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, you get to just experience the delightful noises of Dredge. And I'm gonna go use the restroom. So go get some water, stretch, and I'll be back in literally a minute. That's 60 seconds for those who don't live in America. That's not even true. I'll be right back. I mean, it is true, but it's like, it's the same for everyone. Whatever. Octopodum is the accusative case of octopus. Every 60 seconds in Africa, a minute passes here. What? I'm back, by the way. You know what? So, speaking of VTuber stuff, I am following, or I'm a fan of this streamer that I started following this year. That I actually found on X. So, first of all, that's fucking crazy, by the way, that you can still find good people on Twitter. That's fucking nuts. But they're like a big Final Fantasy, like JRPG retro game streamer. And one of the things that they have on their stream, which I think is like literally the coolest shit ever, is they do PNG tuber models, and they have channel point redeems, I believe, to swap the model, and they have a PNG tuber model of themselves, but it swaps between costumes of all of the classes in Final Fantasy. And I think that is the coolest thing ever. A big cute way to use new Sil PNG tubers. Yeah, that's a lot of work though, and a lot of money. Unfortunately, we can't rely on Pixie to do that. She has a job. So. Can you workshop some from all the Sil art you do have? No. The model, a lot of the art already existed, but the PNG model we have was I specifically asked her to make that for streaming. So that's some of the newest art that we have. Hello, researcher. I know we've been gone for 100 years, but I brought the octopus. Here you go. Thank you. Looks like you've caught all the surface specimens I need. But, yes, I do also need some from deeper down, but that's going to be a problem. Why? Well, I don't have the equipment to catch that anyway. I developed a device to retrieve samples from the abyssal zone. This was over in the other research outpost before the attack. I have an idea of how to keep the creature at bay long enough to collect these samples, but while I work on that, I need to retrieve some prototype parts. Carefully? Carefully. I suggest you go during the day. I wouldn't want to be out on the reef at night. Is there anything else? Nope. We rest, we sell the fishies, and then we go. Because I don't think I'd ever be a 100% like VTuber, PNG tuber type streamer. I just don't think that's who I am. But I think it is cool to have I think it's a cool thing to have like as part of the stream experience. But like I don't think I'm like a solid like super VTuber, you know. Will you become Flesh Tuber one day? If I ever have ideas that require me to show more of myself, then maybe. But I also currently am of the opinion that of no, because I'm a very private person and I kind of don't want to show myself like that, you know? I don't think we have enough room for this guy. I think we don't have enough room for... Yeah, we do. Put on a full bodysuit and mask. I don't know. I'd have to have a really good reason, I guess. Or just an accident happens and I accidentally blast my face on a webcam and then everyone knows. And at that point it's like, alright. We haven't seen what you look like despite having a photo channel on the Discord. Yep. And that's not gonna change, probably. That's on purpose. Both Pixie and I are very private people. When it comes to ourselves. Only mobile and I post IRL photos. Sorry. To be fair, it is like a public streamer Discord. I imagine that 99% of people are like, I'm not here as me, I'm here as like my online persona. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm at the last quarter of my vanilla swirl iced coffee I got earlier. We were here before. Print out a PNG of Syl and put that on camera. I'd love to have a little Syl plushie to bring around and put into photos. So when I go up places, I can just bring it and put it down and be like, we're here. What's an online persona? Well, like, if you like meet people online, you don't typically be like, this is my real name. You go as like whatever your online username is, because like you don't know them. Not like you're role playing, you're just like Coffee Beans for me was my online username for a lot, like most of my online presence in video games and stuff. Like I wouldn't tell them what my real name was, because they don't need to know. So when like, and you know, we're part of a Discord where it's like a streamer Discord, so it's not like most people are going to be like, this is who I am. Not that there's a problem with it, like people can do whatever they want, but I think most people are like not gonna do that. Maybe we should change your username. Why? It's not a problem. I'm just saying that most people don't want to do that. Not that it's a problem that it's being done. But also here's another bigger reason a little bit is, and this is no offense to you, Lillian, this is just the reality of it. You're a member of the Discord. I'm the owner of the Discord and the YouTube and the Twitch stream. You know, like if I put my first name out or whatever, that's me presenting my real name to an online community. Does that make sense? Like it's different, and it's a little more like I'm revealing a little bit too much, I think, for me, given the position that I'm in. Your first name is already out there for those who seek it, but all knowledge comes with a price. You don't have to change your name. Alright, I brought your... No, I brought your parts. Do you guys ever just, like, not know what you're pressing, so you just kind of, like, press random things in games, and you're like, that's not what I wanted? I think I have a problem. Watching an Undertale file at a big price. It's actually unlisted right now. So, the price was paid. Does that mean I can't start streaming to like a online persona? I mean, you can do whatever you want. Jerma literally gives his full ass name is out there. You can look up Jerma, you can look up him, and you can find out what high school he went to. You can do whatever you want if you're comfortable with it. The point is, I'm not comfortable with giving out personal information about myself because I don't need people to know that. You knowing things about me does not change the experience that you have here. And if at any point, for whatever reason, I was like, this piece of me is important for a thing I want to make creatively, then that would be different, but it's not. I have the prototype parts you asked for. Excellent, let me assemble a device for you. This should allow you to catch specimens from much greater depths. It's a little slow, but you may be able to make some improvements. I can't equip that. I think we have to get rid of the net. I developed a repulsion machine that produces a bright light and emits a high-pitched noise. It should deter the creature from attacking, or enrage it, I'm not sure. Connected to the research outpost generator. You'll have to return and re-engage it every few hours, but other than that, it's completely automated. Alright, we need this anglerfish, a snailfish, a loose jaw, and a giant amphipod. People online are crazy when I stream and I still don't give any personal info. I've played too much Overwatch for people to like call me names to the point where like if they knew me in real life, I'd be afraid that they'd kill me. Do you have a PO box? No. But I'm not opposed to getting one in the future. But I don't think anyone's using a PO box right now, because then I'm going to shut one. If somebody dislikes you enough to use anything to figure out your... Yeah, people get DDoSed or doxed or whatever literally all the time, especially women. So I think it's just safer to put as little information about yourself out there as possible. Which sucks. You shouldn't have to worry about that shit, but we live in a world where people are fucking nuts. Fan mail is Discord. Yeah, where's the art? Why isn't anyone making still art? What the hell? Everyone should be in the Discord right now. If you're watching this, if you're watching the Coffee Beans channel right now, go to the Discord. Post your favorite letter. Everyone. No? Okay, never mind. Please don't. Everything I said, you shouldn't do that. Alright, we gotta uninstall that net. Wait, what? It does nothing. It's engagement. It's viewer engagement. I'm calling out the lurkers. If you're not gonna chat in my chat, you gotta go to the Discord and post your favorite letter. And that's a joke. Or is it? You never know. Anything's possible. Thank you for the posture check. Can I admit something? I think I am having more fun playing Final Fantasy Tactics off stream than I was playing it on stream. I think that might be a game that we change to not streamed. Or if we do stream it, it'd be like every couple weeks. Was there a reason? No, I'm just having a lot of fun, like kind of in solitude, playing it. Nothing happened on stream. There's just a lot of stuff going on in that game, and I was kind of having fun, just kind of sitting in silence, kind of figuring it out. But I'd like to play some other Final Fantasy, and Solitude is a nice town in my opinion. Alright everyone, go into the Discord and give me your favorite town in Skyrim. Wait, am I stupid? I've never played Skyrim? That is interesting. I thought everyone on Earth has played Skyrim. I actually just 100%ed it last year. Not something I recommend anyone to do. But I did do it. Really good game. No wonder they've released it 6,000 times. Elder Scroll Skyrim is an old Elder Scrolls game. It is now, yeah. All right, we need. Wait, didn't we? Yeah, we got the anglerfish. We need a loose jaw. I didn't even know we had a telescope till today, which is kind of funny. Isn't it by the Fallout studio? Yes. Might be blasphemy, but I really just don't jive with Bethesda games. You are not the first person on my channel to say that, to be honest, and I think that's totally valid. I think there's like open world fatigue too. I think there's just too many open world games out there these days. Dredge. The fucking spyglass is too wonky to use. Anglerfish? Do we have to go into like the middle? Thank you for the hydrate. Bethuvsta. I have very fond memories of being sick home from school one day in middle school and like installing the CD of Skyrim. I'm not of Oblivion on my computer and playing that and just like not knowing anything about what was going on. And just like it was a lot of fun. Can we get this? This is the relic. Or is it too deep? Shapes in the deep. Scary. We're trying to find Abyssal, but I can't find it. Why is the sea glowing blue? Because it's spooky. I feel like I'm not finding what I need to be finding. Alright, we have to look in the Stellar Basin. Abyssal. It looks like they all show up during the day or night. But I don't know where they are. Maybe we just have to like find different spots. If it was green, it would die. The algae bloom. You ever see the algae bloom in like Texas and Florida and shit? And they're like, if you go there while this is happening, you're gonna die. Might be a stupid question, but why does an eyeball showing up sometimes next to your compass? That is my panic meter. The longer I spend out at night in the darkness and in the fog, the more my panic rises. The higher my panic is, the greater chance of strange things occurring. So when we go back to outposts and sleep, our panic goes down. Right. So we got the Fangtooth, and we got a cursed Fangtooth. A small and feeble mind, easily conquered. Now brought screaming from the depths, it lies powerless. That's fucking right. The anxiety simulator. Mom, come pick me up, I'm scared. What would you do if you saw this fucker just swimming next to your ship? Back. Soup and rice. I had a little soup today. It was tomato soup. Do we like tomato soup, chat? Are we tomato soup fans? If you say no, I'm banning you. Just kidding. Maybe. I guess we'll have to find out, huh? I'm more of a chicken noodle soup. The thing with chicken noodle soup is it can be really good, but you can also have a really bad chicken noodle soup. Never had tomato soup. What? What? Ramen is not soup? Explain. Don't explain, I don't care. I'm sorry, that's not true. But it kind of is, isn't it? So what about udon? Is udon soup? Ramen is Japanese spaghetti? You're getting in trouble with that one. But what if you go to one of these places and they call it soup? Are they wrong? Do we have room for this guy? Soup is soup. Because you can slurp the broth after you're done with the. I've never seen a ramen shop calling it soup. I see it all the well, not ramen, but like in udon, sometimes they call it like a soup. What's the difference between a soup and a stew? That's the real question we should be asking. Yeah, you're right. If I tell you that ramen is a soup, I'm not a trans ally. Alright, we got your stupid anglerfish. Oh, you didn't even want these guys? You fucker. Alright, you want a snailfish and a giant amphipod. Boat Hadal? Haddle? Hadal. Is it Hadal or Haddle? Abyssal. No wonder we can't catch them. We don't have the right parts. We have to go improve the equipment. You bitch. She gave us a rod that can't catch half the shit we need. Yeah, but when you go and eat ramen, they give you the spoon, right? So you can slurp as well. Isn't slurping a key component of soup-based activities? Stew is thicker. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Don't get me started. Did you know that there's 2 different ways to cut a hot dog bun? There's the New England way, specifically kind of like the Boston Fenway Ballpark hot dog way, and then there's the rest of the United States. We cut it on the top, where like the brown crust is. The rest of the United States cuts it on the side. You ever think about that? You ever notice that? I love a good beef stew, though. I like a good potato soup as well. Soup can be eaten just spoon. Oh, okay, well the rest of the US is wrong. I know, they are wrong. Why would you cut bread on the side? Cutting it on the top allows for the perfect bread stability. If you're gonna buy a fucking hot dog at Fenway Park when the Red Sox are playing, you put the ketchup and everything on the condiments on it, you gotta cut it on the top for the hot dog to have perfect bread integrity. We can't do that. All right. Oh. That's from my pocket. Wait, what did I say? There's the accent. No, no, no! Is rice, noodle, ramen, noodle, but we don't call spaghetti soup because no, brother. When it's just noodle, it's pasta. Have we ever... We've never put spaghetti in the soup before. Have we tried to? We said Fenway Park. Boston. If you ever watched Germa, it's so funny because in the last like several years, ever since he moved out to the West Coast, I'd say like 70% of when he talks sounds without an accent, and then occasionally it just comes out like the Boston. But if you watch his streams and his videos before he moved and he was still living in Massachusetts, it's disgusting. Gotta get my coffee at Dunkin's, kid. The wicked bad coffee. It sucks so bad. We love it. Even in 2-degree weather, we're getting a nice coffee from Dunkies. Don't buy a hot dog at Fenway Park, by the way. That's like $10. Shit. Oh, no, we can do this. We can do this. Yes. Okay.
Oh.
We put you in storage. We buy this. Let's go. Now I must. Yeah, soup noodle dish. Are you guys arguing about noodles? What is... Okay, so Lillian. What type of dish is ramen if it's not a soup? It's a noodle. Okay. I forgot we have to go back to the machine and turn it on. It's a noodle dish. You know, I actually don't disagree with you, and I'll give my reason. In America, I think it is very common to eat the ramen and drink the broth. When we went to Japan, there were ramen places where you do not drink the broth. Not like it's not like it's against the rules or whatever, but like the broth is made in such a way where if you had the ramen and then drank the broth, you would probably get sick. Because the broth is there to season the rest of the dish, not necessarily to drink. Like when we were in Fukuoka, there was a ramen place we went to. Some of Pixie's former colleagues that she knew were talking to us about it, and they recommended it to us. They literally called it like a ramen cappuccino because the broth is so, like it was such a thick tonkotsu broth that if you drank it after eating the dish, you would probably get sick because it's just so strong and so thick. Have you had hiyashi chuka? No, I haven't. I've never heard of it. I did have cold soba for the first time when we were in Japan. That was interesting. I actually really liked that. I love the soup discussion continued from the Discord. We're crossing the streams. Alright, we gotta do some stuff here. I want ramen now. I'm gonna tell Pixie we gotta go get ramen. Ew! Oh, it's just a gulper eel. Ew! Imagine you're a fish and you get fished up, and you just go... Ew! It's so gross. The fish goes, oh man. Oh jeez. Why'd you have to say that? The relic. We have that. That's not a fish. Bro, I love eel, by the way. Eel is the best sushi dish. Unagi. I love eel. And you know what? I think it's good for people who are afraid of sushi because it's raw fish, because eel is cooked. I can't even keep up with the Twitch chat right now. They're at each other's throats. Many Asian restaurants do have noodle dishes, but they're usually separated in like if it's ramen, they don't put ramen under the noodles. They'll be under ramen specifically. Well, I guess not always. I should not be talking like I'm an expert. Sam was asking if a non-native, not explorer person saw noodles floating in broth, they would call it soup. I mean, they can be wrong. If you don't know what you're looking at, and you're like, oh, I want that soup, and you were like, and they told you it's not soup, what would you do? You'd be like, actually, it is. I think I know better than you. I think I know. You look the waiter in the eyes. I think I would know. Let's not get heated about it, though. It's just soup or noodles or whatever. Who cares? Noodles in the grain category in the pyramid. The best part of the pyramid. Except for the part where ice cream is. When you went to Japan, did you try any American fast food places? I know it sounds silly, but it's neat they have things that we don't. Yes. We went to McDonald's when we were in Osaka. And I got like a teriyaki special burger there. And I'll be honest with you, it fucking sucked. You know what's funny though? So Osaka was like the big tourist destination when we went. And we went pretty late because it was like one of the travel days. So when we got to Osaka, we checked in and we actually ended up falling asleep for a little bit and we went to go get McDonald's, which was not great. Probably could have spent our time better, but you know, when you're traveling across the world, sometimes it do be like that. All white people. All white people in the McDonald's. It was a 2-floor McDonald's, all white people. It's like I stepped back into America briefly while I was in that building. They were begging for relief. They did something they did have there at the McDonald's there that we don't is like I forget what it's called, but it's like fried chicken or like whatever, but they give you a bag with seasoning and you put the chicken in and you shake it. And then it gets seasoned. The shake and bake, but it's not called that. It was like a McDonald's thing. Anyway, it was good. It was good. I don't think it's a bad thing to eat fast food when you're traveling to a different country, because it will be different. All right, no more noodle talk. No more soup talk. We're done. Before I have to yell at you guys. It's gone on long enough. The ocean is the broth, and we are the noodles. Did you try Japanese Pizza Hut? I don't think we even saw a Pizza Hut. My wife and I tried Wendy's in Tokyo the first day we landed because we just wanted something easy familiar. After that, we ate all local stuff. They also had the shaken, the bag fries. Yes! Asian Pizza Huts are awesome. Yeah, we didn't have any pizza while we were there. Actually, you know what was the most disappointing meal we had in Japan? Omu rice. You know, like, you see the videos on TikTok and stuff of the omu rice where they do the rice with the with the omelet on top, and they cut it and it's still wet, and they put the demi-glaze all over it. We went to a place in Fukuoka, in like a big mall in the station, and I got it. It was like one of our first days there. I was so disappointed. Subway with shrimps and shit. You know what? I think that part of the reason that we don't have a lot of this stuff in America is that you would just get food poisoning. It wasn't really a texture thing either. I think it was the taste, because you can order different kinds of omurice. And the one I got, I think, was a curry one. And it just wasn't great. Did a maid bless it with moi moi kyun? No, that's probably why it sucked. They did not bestow the power upon it. Anyway, sorry. Let's give the lady her shit. We can actually leave. We got the artifact, but I guess we should finish helping her, huh? We have a lack of regulation now, but no red food dye. It's gonna give you autism. I have good news and bad news. Which do you want to hear first? The bad news. The bad news is that the samples you retrieved from the basin have dangerously high counts of cellular mutations. The good news is that I've honed in on what's causing the abnormalities in the ecosystem. This all points to one thing, that thing in the basin is harmful to life at the cellular level. It damages everything around it, whether passively or with intent. I need to write up a report on my findings, our findings, immediately. Maybe now they'll take me seriously. Oh, how rude of me. You've done all this for me and I've not got much to say thank you with. You should have this. She opens the door and gives you a book. Sheepishly, she hands it to you. This is something I wrote during my studies. I think it'll be useful to you. She just did the teacher thing in college where they assign their own textbook and they're like, no, you can't get it anywhere else except this website that costs $250. You already said it wasn't getting rid of the red dye? I thought we were getting rid of the red dye! America would instantly become slightly better if we had Boss coffee. Oh no, I actually really didn't like the Boss coffee. The Lawson's coffee you can get at the register was so much better. I bought some Boss coffee for the Shinkansen when we took it. I didn't love it. But I was also, you know what? I also recognize early on in the trip, I was having a lot of stomach issues as my body was kind of adjusting to travel and like eating in a new country. So I think my stomach was already upset, and then I had the coffee, and I was like, it's making it worse. Talking about curry, have you seen the Sonic curry and the Miku cup noodle? No. I don't really eat cup noodles that much. I'd have to try the Boss coffee again, though. Thanks again for your help. I recommend that you avoid the area. It doesn't seem safe to be near the basin. Well, how do we fix it? I guess we're done. Alright, let me go sell off the fish we got, and then I guess go give this artifact to that guy. Ooh, it's a perished loosejaw. A few ragged scraps of skin hang like cobwebs from its fins. Its exposed muscles are riddled with small white worms. Thank you for the hydrate. When I travel, I can't poop for days. It do be like that. I hate that too. It sucks because I get that sometimes too, and it's just not very fun. I think our local Uwaji Maya in Seattle has Boss coffee. I'm sure a lot of places on the West Coast have a lot of like Asian import. I mean, last time I was in Los Angeles, we were at a mall and we saw Pocari Sweat in America. So like, I was like, oh. Pocari Sweat is really good. It feels like you're drinking Gatorade, but like it doesn't suck. Because we all agree that the best Gatorade is the light blue Gatorade. Japanese supermarket in the Pacific Northwest. No? All right, well, here we go. It's the white one? White one? You're gonna have to send me a picture of the white Gatorade. I've never heard of such a thing. I like the yellow one. Oh, so Lillian, you like the piss Gatorade? Sorry, we're picking on you a lot. I'm picking on you a lot tonight. I actually drank the yellow one a lot when I had to get a colonoscopy like 5 years ago. So I can't drink the yellow Gatorade anymore. I can't drink the yellow Gatorade, I can't eat Jell-O, and I can't drink beef bone broth anymore after having just that for like 2 days because of the colonoscopy. I like the no Gatorade. It's probably the best thing because it's not good for you. They say that it has lots of electrolytes, but you don't need electrolytes unless you're like out of them. You walk in and place a jewel-encrusted ring on a table by the collector. His eyes widen. We're certainly making excellent progress now, and I know what you're thinking. An item like this would fetch a fortune at any auction, but for us, its value transcends material wealth. Regardless, you are due a reward. Once more he opens the book, dust pouring from the pages as he reads aloud. You begin to feel weak, but you're rooted to the spot, knees on the verge of buckling. As he finishes speaking, you feel blood rushing back to your legs. A strange feeling of power grows in your chest. We're so close. One more remains. I loathe to suggest it, but the abyssal plane on the approach to Devil's Spine is likely a candidate. See what you can find. I'll mark a location on your map where you can begin your search. Are you human? Your inquiry is met with a piercing gaze. Why, of course, as human as you are. How do you know what these relics are? I largely don't, but I read the seas. I see the swells that give shape to the formless. I hear the waves that whisper secrets to their witnesses. And I speak to the currents that hold a memory of all that they claim. My cousin I'm living with, she drinks the Gatorade every day like water. Oh my god. I know, at least it's not Monster. I remember people in high school that drinking Monster Energy every day at lunch. Like they're speedrunning kidney stones. Gatorade is really only good if you're like sweating obscene buckets. It's almost better to drink water. Yeah, exactly. And there's also other things you can have that have electrolytes. That's why it's a sports drink. It's good to drink if you're like literally sweating buckets from, like you said, from like running or something. But if you're just playing World of Warcraft, you don't need Gatorade. Do you drink a lot of white Monster Energy? I haven't had a Monster since I was 15 years old. Alright, you just taught me atrophy. The phrase instantly calls the closest shoal of fish, readying them for swift reaping. It can be heard from a great distance, so you need not be close to your victims. But the population is unlikely to recover from such vile trauma. Use it sparingly. Maybe we should just not use it. So, over here. Okay. Wait, is Monster like a trans icon thing? Oh, no, it's scary out. That's fine. Do you think I'm scared of a few eyeballs in the sea? Nope. I couldn't be less bothered by this. White monster is trans girl stereotype? Wait, what's the difference between white monster and like the normal green monster? Remember Sobe? Anyone drink Sobe when they were younger? I fucking love that shit. My dad drank it all the time. I loved Sobe. Do they still do that? The drink with the little lizard on it. The fuck is Sobe? Sorry, you're too young for this. For this conversation. Sobe, you know, the lizard drink. We don't have room. I think we're gonna have to waste a fish. No. No one had Sobe when they were younger? Whatever. The whole town's awake right now. What the fuck? I had Sobe a couple years ago. They still make it. Yeah, it's not carbonated. It was like an energy drink sort of. I don't even know. It's been a long time. There's a pink flavor that looked like Pepto-Bismol. The Pepto-Bismol Sobe? Is it just me, or do like pink drinks make your tongue, like your mouth water just a little bit? Because ooh, lemonade, ooh, grapefruit or something that's like a little tangy, something a little citrusy. You go, Should have drank the Pepto-Bismol Sobe during the anal thing. What anal thing? You had an anal thing while drinking yellow Gatorade? Yeah, I had a colonoscopy. And you can't eat anything for like 24 hours. So anything you drink has to be clear. You can't drink anything red or purple. The anal thing. Have you had the pink drink from Starbucks? No, I haven't. Honestly, when I go to Starbucks, I don't really get like the smoothies or stuff that they make. I usually just get coffee. The anal thing. Dolphin. I don't have Oceanic. I have Abyssal. I can do everything but Oceanic. That's fine. We don't care. Your coffee's not any good though. But didn't your wife just get you one the other day? Like a $13 coffee from Starbucks? To be fair, I don't go to Starbucks often. Is that a whale? It's Moby Dick. He's still going. He's still kicking. Spoilers for the Moby Dick book, for the novel. He lives. She got me a matcha strato frappuccino. Starbucks isn't terrible, but it's definitely over. Oh yeah, for sure. The worst thing is too, like if you're in California, there's always like a independent coffee shop somewhere that you can just get a coffee from. So like it almost feels like going to Starbucks when there's a coffee shop 5 minutes down the road is a little silly. It's the smoothie thing you're talking about. Same in Seattle, the coffee shop, the indie coffee shop is so much better. The pale skate. Alright, we're back in the bad place. But you know what? Dunkin's kind of mean too. Because Dunkin's small is like $3.29, but a medium is like $3.59 and a large is like $3.89 or something. Don't quote me on the prices. They want you to not get the small, even though the small is good enough sometimes. Seattle is somehow local to us. I thought Portland was under siege right now. Right? Portland, Oregon? Is that in Oregon? Yeah. I thought the Pacific Northwest was under siege by the radicals. I wish there were more local coffee shops near me. At least Dunks got me. When no one got you, at least Dunks got you. When the Red Sox win, they give like a free donut or something. Thank you for the hydrate. I don't know if I said that. I just finished my coffee, so now I have to drink plain old boring water. Pet Cat never... Oh! Pet Cat never showed me the picture of the white Gatorade, by the way. I need to look it up. I need to know what the fuck she's talking about. White Gatorade. Glacier Cherry. Wait, what? Is this what you're talking about? Glacier Cherry? It's flavored like cherry, but it's white. What the hell? The only people trying to siege Portland had fucked up. Why? Are you telling me Portland's not actually under control by the radical feminists? What? It's all a hoax? A man meets you at the dock. As you dock, bracing himself against the wind and spray. Oh, rapturous day, a fresh disciple carried to me atop the waves. Come ashore, weak thing, and rest your weary soul. Okay. Your arrival is providence from the deep itself. I have been calling, and now you are the answer. The rite of purification is almost at hand, and you are to be my replacement. Okay. Your trial begins immediately. Tell me, what does your spirit seek? Happiness. Merely an excuse to halt the search for something greater. Happiness is, by definition, a compromise. And your flesh, what does it crave? The warmth of the sun. And yet it eludes you. Darkness is cast over the rest of your days. Finally, what does the world deserve? Nothing. Exactly, and yet it takes endlessly. Harvesting, draining. But soon it will know that it has taken too much. It is already too late. The trial is concluded. You still have much to learn, but that knowledge will be delivered to you in time. Now, your role as my initiate is to act as herald of the purge, just as I was for the one before me. The nearby spires blaze with eternal fire, yet the stone hearts of these three idols lie barren and void. Retrieve 3 fathomless flames from the crags behind us and ignite the crucibles. Visit the shrines of the deep. I will mark them. They will offer further guidance, and I must provide no more. Okay. The stone columns of the temple are carved with ancient pictures and text. Which carving do you want to look at? The large eyeless beast. The carving is of a large fish with crossed out eyes, the unseeing mother. When the starving cannot eat, she approaches. This NPC looks a bit messed up. He do be a little messed up. I think he's a fanatic, which is probably why he's kind of fucked. You know? Just a little. Pacific Northwest, while pretty progressive, is in fact not controlled by feminists. That's a shame. The unseeing mother, when the starving cannot eat, she approaches. Beneath these words, somebody has added a crudely scratched note. Blind but can hear her children. Avoid at all costs. The stone columns of the temple are... Okay. What about the swarm? The carving shows a swarm of small fish surrounding a boat. The ravenous children. Alone they are nothing. Together they summon her. Beneath these words, somebody has added a crudely scratched note. Do not let them grip you. Burn them away. The stone columns of the temple are carved with ancient pictures. Bumbling. The carving shows a bubbling underwater vent, the breath of salvation. It burns those that mean harm, only the pure remain. Beneath these words, somebody has added a crudely scratched note. Protection. Follow the magma. Find them. So I imagine the game is showing me that the puzzle is to burn the little piranha so the big one can't find me. The stone columns of the temple are... Okay, I keep rereading that. Alright. Statues. Which statue you want to look at? The left one. Oh, so we have to bring them back to this island. Are there any shipwrecks around here? Relics, you say? Perhaps one such as this? He pulls out an antique pocket watch from inside his robe. Droplets of sea spray crackle and seethe in the air around it. You are drawn to it too, I see. It found me during the rite of proving as I scavenged for creatures of power. It sapped at my spirit when I first recovered it, but I came to appreciate its strange nourishment with time. As you will you, when the ritual is prepared, it will be yours to carry forth. What's that scroll that you're holding? I found it, at the end of my other life. It washed ashore as all great gifts do. It took some time for me to decipher the runes. It speaks of an incomprehensible door. And those wretched, twisted fish that swam through, their flesh is the closest thing to a key. There are pretenders, failures that make a mockery of the deep. I tried correcting their ways, but I soon saw that they had lost the path. I left them to their ceaseless hunger. What am I doing? Yeah, I know. We sleep now. Alright, so we have to burn the fish if they start chasing us. Which is fine by me because they're awful. We hate them. Wait, can I? Yes, we can fish volcanic. Burn the fish. Remember when you guys were saying my energy was really high at the beginning of the stream? I can feel it. I can feel it disappearing. My energy is starting to wane. Anyone have a gun? The coffee is mellowed out. The scary fish has sapped away your energy. I know, I got scared. I got too scared. I don't know what to do now. Go over here since that's where the fish isn't right now. Soon I'll go insane. No! Ooh, there's something in there. How do we get it? Oh shit, we have to blow stuff up. I don't have any bombs! Ah, darn it. Where the volcanoes at, dude? Is this game inspired by Cthulhu mythology? I believe so. It seems to be. Alright, so over here we're gonna need some bombs. So we're gonna mark that right on our little thingy. You know what? Fuck this guy. We're gonna go get the bombs right now. Leave no stone unturned. Should I bring my 3DS to California? Do you think I'll get any street passes? Or is that just a dream at this point? No one street passes anymore. They're all too cowardly. They leave their 3DSs at home because they don't want them to get hurt. Possible you should try. I think I tried last winter. Anyone remember the YouTube post I put up? Like last December when I was traveling and I was like, I'm bringing my 3DS, I wonder if anyone will see it. And then no one. Then I didn't get a single hit. I think it's bullshit. You should try. This is my first time traveling with the Switch too. Very exciting. Not bringing Steam Deck again? I was thinking about it, but I'm bringing my laptop. Because I'm going to be streaming off of it. If only the Switch 2 had Street Pass. Yeah, what's Nintendo doing? The Switch is such a cool console, but they just, like, removed all the fun out of it. Guys, I think it's kind of getting a little scary, I know. Okay, we'll just hang around these islands for a little. Nothing awful can happen here while we're here. It's perfectly safe. Except for that tornado. You undock next to an old rowboat. Somebody is here. He's hunched over by the campfire, muttering to himself. Cautiously approach. Virtual Pass for Virtual Boy mode. Switch 2 is like a home console that's only technically portable. What? Really? I mean, it's the same thing as the Switch 1. Which I travel with all the time, and it was always great. I actually prefer to play the Switch in portable mode than I do on the TV, honestly. Oh, the old mare! Did you throw it back? Throw what? The book! I think you've mistaken me for someone else. I'm not seeing things, it's really you, isn't it? Who do you think I am? He turns away, wringing his hands. He speaks to the fire. It was him and his damned wife. They dredged up that old book, but something cloaked in fog followed it out right through the boat. Boom. The man makes crude explosion noises and motions wide with his hands, still talking to the fire as though pantomiming a story to a child. It spoke. It said it was coming for our breath, that we wouldn't be needing it soon. And then darkness crashed down. An age later, some of us washed up on the shore, and him still clutching that book. Throw it back, we cried as the fog rolled ashore. We thought surely it can still be undone. What book? Silver and crimson, the book covered in her blood. Throw it back! The man closes his eyes tight as he holds back tears. His voice falls to a whisper. Please, the lighthouse keeper. She saw. She knows where it came from. Where it needs to go. What does the lighthouse keeper have to do with this? She saw it all, that ruinous day. Ask her, beg her, tell her He trails off, his face collapsing in sorrow. This is the old mayor, and I think the guy with the book that's teaching us spells is the guy in the notes. This one was a great portable console. It's not really a handheld, though. And it can't be held easily in one hand, but it's tons of fun on a long drive. Yeah. I mean, so the reality, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you ask, is that as I reach over for my 3DS, consoles like this no longer exist. The 3DS form factor has basically been replaced entirely by a phone. And the Switch 1 was such a success that I do believe it inspired, like, Valve to create the Steam Deck, which then inspired other companies to start making their own PC handhelds. So I think the trend right now, for the foreseeable future at least, is the big console handheld form factor like the Switch and the Steam Deck. And I don't think we're going back to like the DS, Game Boy, 3DS era of consoles. It's why you know, like the PSP, the PS Vita, they're gone. The games are not handheld in nature. There's no such thing as handheld games anymore, though, Billy, and you have to understand, the industry has evolved kind of past that. Now that we can put full console experiences on a console that you can carry around. There's no such thing as handheld games anymore. I refuse to accept. I'm sorry. Keep playing my PS Vita. Like, especially with the Steam Deck, yeah, even the Switch too. You can play Cyberpunk 2077 like on the plane now. Like, there's no such thing as a handheld game anymore. It's just a game. What do you know about the fog? It cloaks that calamitous thing. It's evil, haven't you felt it? Tell me more about the book. Silver and Crimson, Silver and Crimson. Alright. I think that this guy is cooked. We're gonna rest here, though. Would you be able to comfortably see if we were displaying on a 4-inch screen? There's no such thing as the 4-inch screen anymore. Okay, we're gonna... put a marker down. No flag. I do get what she's saying, but I do love my Switch. Yeah. I get it. It's just, like... there's no such thing. Handheld games were handheld because they abided by the limitations of the system that they were built on. So they provided experiences that were conducive to those types of consoles. Which is a good thing and a bad thing. The bad thing being, like, in some cases they were lesser experiences if they weren't designed properly, but, you know, when you have limitations, some developers can shine and really bring out really interesting experiences given the form factor. And I think the thing that we're missing nowadays is that, like, experiences that we used to get on, like, the DS will never happen again because there's no such thing as the DS anymore. There's no console that provides that experience. Closest thing to handheld games are like bad mobile. Yeah, exactly. Closest thing to handheld games now, it's the same thing. It's like if I play Genshin on my phone. Maybe the industry will return back and they'll make cute little handhelds again, but I have my doubts. But I do understand what she's saying, and I do miss it to some extent. Have we been here? What the hell? Evil. Don't tell me you're gonna turn into a crab too. A rotting chest peeks out from the skeleton of a wrecked ship. Money. Yeah, Lillian, I think what you're trying to kind of explain is that handheld spirit. And kind of what I was trying to mention, like it doesn't exist anymore because there is no console that provides the experience given the limitations. So in that sense, that is gone. And it's sad that it's gone, but I mean, what can we do about it? You know? Just a casual tornado, no big deal. Need bombs. Are handhelds fully defined by their limitations? No, I'm talking about the old experience of playing like a Game Boy. It's not a replacement for what people do now. It's just like the times have changed. Experiences are different by design because innovation has led us to have these console experiences in our hand. It's not the same. Gimme the bombs. I want as many bombs as you can offer me. You know what? Wait, what is this? The rot? I don't want that. I don't want the rot. We have to go talk to the lighthouse keeper anyway. This is a good idea for a video, though. What we're talking about, like the idea of like the handheld experience through the ages. Through the times, I suppose. I already got you. Icky fish. There's a lot of discourse happening in the Twitch chat today. Is it a full moon today? Not enough discourse on the YouTube chat. YouTube's been peaceful. How do some, and I'm not throwing shade at anyone. How do some streamers just do subathons for like months straight? Isn't that kind of crazy? Like, do what you want. That's fine, but like... Can they see us or we can only see them? Yeah, it's a one-way mirror. You can only see them. I don't know how to combine the chats on stream. I tried figuring it out. I couldn't figure it out. And then I heard somewhere that you're not actually allowed to do that, which I think might be a load of baloney. But I still don't know how to combine them. If I could, I would. Or at least put like 2 chats out. I don't know. They're probably like career streamers. Well, some people just set their subathon like goals or limits or whatever so loosely that like when you sub it's like, thanks for another hour onto our stream. It's like, I'm gonna do a reverse subathon if I do a subathon. It's gonna start at a week or 24 hours or something, and every time you sub or you donate, you're taking money off the timer. That's what I'll do. What do you know about the Silver and Crimson book? He shudders at the very mention of the book. You're really asking me after all this time? You know it must be returned. She looks at you with deep pity. You have to move on, for her sake as well as yours. Take control, be rid of that thing once and for all. What is everyone talking about? I found the mayor, by the way. My 2DS never fit in my pocket because it's not foldable. It's like a big brick. It's like a big brick. I think I might be done for the night, though. Ow! I just whacked my hand on the mic stand. Yeah, we've been going for 2.5 hours. Just. Thank you for watching. How do I quit the game? The Switch ain't a pocket console. What if they make the Switch 2 Lite, the pocket Switch? I had to Switch Lite for a little bit. It was too small though, I couldn't really see through stuff. Trying to play Fire Emblem on the Switch Lite was a fucking pain. The GBSP was the perfect form factor. So true. The GBASP was one of the best things ever made. I miss mine. I have two over here. I think one's my brother's though, but I don't think he's looking for it. We're raiding Teddy. She's playing Nier Automata. I just got a warning trying to raid her that it's a game, that this is a mature stream for mature audiences. That's so funny. Wait, what the hell? Alright, we're raiding Teddy. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm gonna go for the night. I'm getting a little warm and my voice is getting a little raspy. Thank you for watching. We got a huge crowd on the YouTube, which is sick. Thank you everyone for watching. Good stream. Thank you. I'll be in the Discord. No more streams from me for the week. Next stream will be next Monday, I believe, or at least it will be next week. I don't have a schedule really. I have to pack. So I will see you guys later. Peace out, homies. Wait, raid now. Go. Raid! Why is it taking so long? Go!